Lightning Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. This is a video about love, maybe a relationship, but I feel like it's really just about someone that you love and you want to know if they love you in return. And the topic is basically tell me you love me without telling me you love me. So this is if you want to know maybe if someone loves you, what cues are they giving you, or what signs are you going to be able to see that they love you without them telling you that they love you. Okay, this is it. Pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take a look at these. It's just whatever speaks to you, whatever art you like, whatever you don't like, whatever jumps out at you, that's your pile for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. And that's going to be your pile. There's a timestamp in the description, and I will do your readings. Thank you so much. Goodbye. This is Lightning Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. My dog's walking around. That's what that sound is. The title of this reading is Tell Me You Love Me Without Telling Me You Love Me. So this is a reading for someone that you love, that you, I guess, kind of hope or feel that they love you in return, and they've never told you they love you, and you are going to get signs that they love you of things they've done or ways they behave or act. Just kind of like signs from spirit, signs from the universe that they love you even though they haven't told you. So I have no idea where this reading's going to go. We'll see. But this is the top card that was right here, and you picked this pile. And I really feel this is like almost like out the gates a message from your person. So this person that you're thinking about, whatever this card is, it's going to be kind of like an embodiment of this vibe, this message they have for you, and it's going to have something to do with love. And we have 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles it's a card of like, it's not a great card, but this is a positive reading all around. So I'm trying to think like how this would be. This would basically be, I think someone, okay, actually the 5 of Pentacles, it's a card of lack. I think it's a card of like there's a pain behind it, but it's almost like there's this kind of soulmate-y vibe to it as well. It can be like nothing's working for you, but you have your person. So I would say just reading this card, 5 of Pentacles, coming up as the energy, I would say this is someone that you feel you guys have a very strong connection. You have a very like you're very tuned into one another, and maybe you kind of like rely on each other. Like you have this kind of, this like security in one another. There's a sense of like you depend on this person in a way. This isn't someone that you like have no interaction with, or like someone that you just rarely ever see. This is someone that you already have like a deep connection with, I think. Almost like a soulmate-y kind of vibe, or like a twin flame thing where there's like this thing you can't explain, but you have this, I don't know, just this connection. But it feels like there's more to it than like a ethereal, I'm thinking I have a connection with this person. It feels like you guys actually take care of each other in some way. You rely on each other. And it would make me think that other things around you aren't quite clicking, or like there's external circumstances that are difficult, or things that someone has to like attain or take care of, or a need that needs to be met. Almost like there's this checklist that has to happen, but you guys like have each other's backs in the meantime. So if this energy tracks, I absolutely think it's hopeful. It makes me think like you guys are just kind of like in this suspended realm where like things aren't great, but they're also not horrible, and you kind of have each other's backs right now. But okay, so tell me you love me without actually telling me you love me. I really have no idea where this is going to go. I want to see your person and why. I want to see your person, and I want to see why they haven't actually told you they love you. Like, why haven't they said these words to your face if they actually really do love you? So first, let me see your person in 3 cards, and then I'm going to find out why they haven't told you in 3 cards. Okay, so your person, we have 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, and 10 of Cups. So 9 of Cups, tremendous card. 10 of Cups, amazing card. And 3 of Pentacles, also a solid card. There's this sense of like accomplishments, working together, getting things done, like attaining goals, checking boxes. There's like a lot of action here. There's a lot of doing, and there's a lot of like intentional doing for the greater good of the relationship or the dynamic. Your person feels like I would say it's kind of cheesy to be like, oh, this is a family man or a family person, but they feel like they have this kind of like, they want something that looks and feels like a kind of like a proper relationship. Like it looks like they would want to tell you they love you because because they do and because they want this to look and feel like a relationship. If they haven't told you, maybe they're waiting to get to a point where like, I'm going to tell you, this person, that they love you when everything looks and functions a certain way. It's almost like they're holding out for things to be perfect. And I would say maybe they still have to finish something. Maybe they're still working towards something. Like I wouldn't say they don't want to get your hopes up, but it's almost like they're trying to manage expectations and like control this process where things are going. Like they just don't want to have you fully roped in or committed, or like they're buying their time, but they're buying it for the right reason. They really are working towards this kind of like greater good of how you guys can be together and how it's going to look and feel. Yeah, I see this ending here with like a relationship on. It's in the cards, quite literally. It's the things that you want. I think you guys want the same things, and I think they're very much tied up in like all the lovely trappings of a proper relationship and dynamic. But they are working towards this right now. They're just not quite there, and I feel like they haven't actually told you they love you because there's a few more things that need to happen. And I'm not sure exactly how this ties into this, but it is this sense of like they know. I feel like they know you're their person. They know that you know that they're their person. Like you guys are each other's person, but there's just some other, I don't know if it's like shit that's going on or if there's like other things. It feels more like other things have to be accomplished. There's whether like someone has to finish school or someone has to like be in the right state or get the right job or get the right amount of money, or like things just have to be like, dust has to settle. There's like something that has to happen for this next wave of your guys' like dynamic to kick in. But it does feel like this is your person and you guys have each other's backs and things are going to be good. So how is it that they tell you they love you without actually telling you they love you? And I can see that they want to tell you this. I can see that their end goal, their end game is very like positive and good, and it just feels like a relationship. It functions and feels like a relationship. So let's see why is this? Why haven't they told you? What's going on with them that they haven't told you? We have the Empress. And so far this is all about them, the Lovers and the Hierophant. I'm trying to think about this, or I am thinking about this. I'm trying to think of how I would explain this, because these are three, the Empress and the Lovers, great. The Empress card is one of my favorite in the whole deck. There's this sensual piece to it. There's this very like loved up, confident, just loving, nurturing piece. And even though you think of the Empress as a woman, like if this is your person and how they feel about you, it's like very caring. It's very rich. It's sensual and it's like real, and it's rich. It's something that it's lovely. I think they're very attracted to you. I think they want this like home life with you. The Lovers card is obviously a card of lovers, sure, but there's a choice here. There's like a dynamic of like making a decision. And I think for me, the decision that I see, they need things to line up. This person really wants to see things fall into place. I think they're making decisions. I think they're making like very strong life decisions right now that are going to lead to the moment when they actually say, I love you. I think things are going to move very quickly. And this is an active choice for them. Like when they finally say, I love you, when they let you know this, it's not going to be like something that they just say without thinking. I think it's like a plan for them. Like things are going to unravel or in a good way, like quite quickly, or unfold, let's say. And I think that the Hierophant tells me they're putting energy and thought into this. This is a timing for them. There's a whole process. They have like an end game here. They just, I think they want it to be just right. And I really think there's some unfinished business on their end that they have to take care of, but nothing about this feels like heavy, like in a bad way. It doesn't feel like there's any negative energies at play here. I just feel like this person's very thoughtful and intent. They're very, they take this seriously. And even with the Lovers card, I see their thought towards you as being with you. It's like, it's a conscious choice. It is it's not a situation they just found themselves in and they're trying to figure out if they want to be here. Like every time they're with you, it's a decision. Like they've made this decision. They know this is where they want to be. And I think a lot of that too is for you to kind of appreciate that energy or that vibe. Like just know that this person, because they're with you, because they're putting the time in, the energy, I don't know, maybe they're spending money on you, whatever it is, like this is their way actually of showing you that they love you, of telling you that they love you. So when they actually say it, I think there's a lot of things that are going to look and function a little bit differently than they do now, because this person's going to have made some changes. I think their life's going to be structured a little differently, and all for the better. But yeah, this person cares deeply for you. They want you to be happy. They want this to work, and it is it's a big deal that they spend this time with you and that they put the energy in right now, because I wouldn't say it's hard on them or it's an inconvenience, but I do feel like there's somewhat of a struggle here. And that is definitely in the Five of Pentacles. There is a struggle. It's not easy, but because you guys complement each other so well and you have each other's backs and you're so like in tune and kind of helpful and loving to one another, it doesn't feel as taxing. But there's something going on in this person's life where it's not the easiest thing for them to be in a relationship right now. That's what I'm getting from the cards. And the Hierophant also speaks to that in this kind of like they're seeking input, whether they're meditating on this, whether they're talking to a therapist, whether they're constantly checking in with their friends or like friends whose input they really seek and admire. I think there's definitely this like sense of they just really want to do things in the right time, in the right way, when everything's right. So your person does love you. I really, really think this person that you're here reading about absolutely loves you. I do think they're going to tell you they love you. And I think that when they tell you, things are just, like I said, it's going to move pretty quickly. And I think you're going to dig it and it's going to be great. But it's going to be like an all or nothing kind of scenario when that happens. But yeah, they are putting this time in with you, and it's very real and it's intense and it's a big deal for them. And in turn, I think it's a big deal for you. And I see a very like soulmates is such a weird term, and it gets thrown around so much that it almost like loses the meaning, I think. But what I mean when I say that right here is like, you guys, you have something. Like if you had to like weather a storm with someone, you would want it to be with this person, and vice versa. Like if you had to, be stranded on an island with someone, it would be this person. Like you really have this kind of, there's a counterpart of you here. Like there's something in it. There's something to it. So, okay. I hope this makes sense. I hope you like this, but it's just a very positive vibe. So if you landed on this pile and you want your person to tell you they love you without telling you they love you, yes, I do think you're going to hear it from them. But I just think every time they text you, every time they call you, every time they make a plan to see you and spend time with you and eat a meal with you and laugh with you and all that, like this is them telling you they love you, and it's real. Which means I also don't think they're doing this with other people. This is their very sacred time with you. And they take it seriously. That's what I see. And I like your person. I really do. There's something very like, I do, and I don't want to say wholesome, but I want to say there's something very like real and sincere and intentional and honest about your person. Like I'm not worried about them. I'm not thinking that they just don't look problematic to me. They don't feel problematic. They feel very sincere. And I know they're going to come around and you're going to hear these words if that's what you want. But right now, just know that they do indeed love you, even though they're not saying it. Okay, I hope you liked this reading. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever feels good, please do it. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you. Goodbye. Tarot, thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. I've never done a topic like this before. It is tell me you love me without telling me you love me. And so basically this is for your person who I really think you would probably love if you're watching this, and they probably love you in turn, but they just haven't told you yet. And so this is all about how are they telling you they love you without actually telling you, and I don't know when or if they're going to and what that might look like. But yeah, this is all about love, and I do feel like it's geared towards a positive space. Like this is a very positive reading. This was your card that was on top, and this is their energy. This is kind of who they are right now, and this has to do with like their love and their feelings for you. So yeah, let's see what we have here. This is, oh, these cat cards always get me. This is Three of Pentacles. So to me, this is someone who is actually building something with you. They're building, like you guys, to me, based on this card, you would be in I don't want to say like the very beginning steps of your relationship, but you're just really starting to build on something. Like you're just starting to get some momentum going. I think the communication between you guys is like just getting to a point where you're actually starting to think, oh, I could love this person. They could love me. I could say it. Like, this is someone you could see yourself saying this to. I just feel like things are really starting to build. There's like attraction, like things are starting to stick. And that's a really actually exciting time in a relationship. Like you're not brand new and you're far from being like tired and like old hat. Like things are still exciting and you want just a little bit more than you have. Like, this is someone you want a little bit more with. And so I think that's really also how they feel about you. So they would probably feel like saying, I love you at this point is like, they're just not ready for it. But I have a very strong feeling that they're thinking like, when the time is right, I'll say it. In other words, I get a feeling that they do either think they love you or feel very confidently that they will or could, but it's almost like they know it's too soon. Like maybe you guys have only been together, like, I don't know. I mean, too soon for everyone is different, but maybe it's only been a month. Maybe it's only been 2 months. And it's like, whew, I love you is a little bit much to say at this point, but I will say it. And if things progress the way they do, then yes, I will definitely say it. That's the energy I got off of this one card. But, I want to see your person, like how they feel about you in 3 cards. And then I'm going to do 3 more, like a message kind of thing. But this is them. Why? I was going to say, why aren't they telling you? But like, yeah, why aren't they telling you? Where are they? What's going on? But it's positive because we've already established that. So yeah, let's see them in 3 cards right now. Okay. So we've got the Tower. We've got Death. Wow. Yikes. Okay, and we have the Star. I didn't expect this. It's, it's heavy. It could tell a story I guess I could tell a lot of different stories off these 3 cards, but there would be a general theme that I think would play out, and it would have to do something with like, this is someone who does not want to rush into this. They don't want to blow it. They don't want to see things crash and burn. They don't want to take things too fast. They've quite possibly done this in the past, and it got them nowhere. I just feel like there's this definitely a fear of losing you or a fear of moving too fast and having things just not play out the way they're supposed to. Like this person wants to make sure nothing gets pushed prematurely or yeah. And this could be because of like a past relationship, a recent relationship that ended that was, I don't know, traumatizing or just really unpleasant, or maybe they really hurt someone and the fallout from that was like very hard. And the Death card to me, it doesn't have anything, it very rarely ever has anything to do with death, but it doesn't have anything to do with death in this case, except the death of a relationship. Like, I feel like this is a card speaking to their past and the fact that like something ended for them, whether to them or the person that they cared about, like abruptly, and there was just a lot of pain, and it really made them rethink how they move forward now in these new relationships. And they don't want to see things, they just don't want to see anything crash and burn. The Star here is a message of like, they like this, they like where this is going, they know what they want from this, and they're just doing it cautiously. Like there's absolute like proceed with caution here, but not because they're skeptical about you, but because they just want things to move at like the right pace, the right speed. And it's like they want to make sure the foundation is laid before they jump ahead. Like they're going to do things properly in the right order with the right cadence. Like there's a big responsibility here. This is someone who doesn't want to like F it up. They want to do it right. They don't want to hurt you. I feel like there's also this, I feel like this person is probably more than they've been hurt. I get the feeling that they've hurt someone, and maybe it's because things move too quickly, or someone said something too quickly. Maybe they threw around an I love you. And again, this is relative for everyone, but like after the first couple weeks or after the first month, and it just really upset like the trajectory of the relationship, and it probably ended painfully for that other person. That's the vibe I get. But there's very much this sense of like, just based off of this first card, I think you're in a very good place with this person. And if you let them kind of set the pace, I think you're going to hear an I love you from them when things feel like, when there's a little more trust, like a little more trust that this has the legs, has the foundation, has the strength, can really, it's like, I don't know, it feels like it's like you guys are building something and you're like just at the beginning stages, but in a very good way. Like things seem to be going all good. This person doesn't want to hurt you. I think they really want to be with you, and I think they really want to grow something with you. So even though these cards in general can be like heavy and kind of dark, the Star card tells me the whole story of like, this is what they want. And I just think it's time. It's just, there needs to be more time and more growth and more development and more of a stable something to build on. But I think you guys are headed there. So I want to see, how does this person actually show you and tell you they love you without telling you? So like, what is it that this person does that you can know, like, oh yeah, that's them saying they love me. Like I get that. So we'll figure out what this is when I turn it over. But Ace of Cups, the Sun, oh, okay, and Six of Cups. It's always so hard for me. I completely and clearly see this message here. This person tells you they love you without actually telling you they love you. There's so much romance from this person. I think they literally like fawn over you. Like they adore you. They have you on a pedestal. They light up when you enter the room. I think they just feel so, you make them so happy. You make them, like, you put a smile on their face. They're so relaxed when they're with you. There's just this like very sincere, I mean, these cards here, like you couldn't ask for 3 better cards. Like this is someone who is so sincerely into you. They feel so much emotion for you. They feel so much for you. They absolutely don't, they'd be terrified to rush this and have it not work out. They'd be terrified that like the smallest little thing could start off a chain reaction that would, ruin your guys' trajectory. Like they are going to make sure they do this right. But just know, like, if this person flashes you that smile when they see you, or the way they kiss you, the way they just the romance that you can feel from them, whatever that means to you, it's real. And it really is how they tell you they love you. So if this tracks for you, you're going to know what I mean. And just the Sun card, like the Sun card is it's such a powerful card. It brings so much light, so much love. It's so uplifting. It's like just the energy of the sun, like that vibration that comes off the sun or the sun's rays or whatever. Like you just feel that when you're with them. You feel this warmth. And you make them feel that. And you can tell you make them feel that because of how they make you feel in return. It's like a whole thing. But I really get this very strong romantic vibe. Like this is someone who wants to care for you, who wants to just really wants to love you. This person makes it very clear that they love you. They just haven't said it yet. Or it's like, this is almost someone who I feel like maybe they have said it once, but like you didn't hear them and you said what, and they like didn't repeat it. Or maybe you guys had a little too much to drink or whatever. Like I wouldn't even be surprised if like you said it once and it's never been said again kind of thing. But whether that's accurate or not, just know this person really, really thinks very highly of you. You make them very happy. You make them feel at peace. And the Six of Cups is such a sweet card of like simple pleasures, childhood bliss. There's like this sense of, it's a very blissful card, but with like such a simplicity behind it. Like if you make someone feel like the Six of Cups, you're just making them feel so loved up, like just like woozy with love, like just it's just lovely. This is awesome. So they do love you. This is how you feel it. This is how you know it. They will tell you, but I think they're going to tell you when the timing is right. And that timing, like we've said, is when they like know that the foundation of your relationship has been laid. Like you're only going up from there. Yeah. And I think you've been on a pretty steady like trajectory in your guys' dynamic. I don't feel like you've had a ton of hiccups or there's been like crazy things or setbacks. I feel like you guys have been pretty swift. Like, you know, this is your person. I think this is your person. I think they know you're their person. Yeah, it's a fun reading. The last pile had such a positive, loved up vibe as well. So I love this. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like it, subscribe, comment, do all 3. I need it. So thank you. I hope to read for you again. Goodbye. Tarot, thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. This should go here. This is a fun reading, and it is tell me you love me without actually telling me you love me. So this is for someone that you probably love or deeply care about, and you really feel like they love you in return, but they haven't told you. And this is how they let you know that they love you without actually telling you. So yeah, let's get into it. This is the card that was right here. Actually, in truth, I shuffled this pile by accident, so this is not the card that was right here, but I shuffled it, and I'm going to make this your card. So whatever it is, this is your card, your message. This is your person, kind of like the crux of why you're here. Like, why haven't they actually told you they love you? This is the energy. This is the whole thing, but it's positive. This whole reading is positive. So we have Ace of Pentacles, and to me, this is very much like the Pentacles are, it's home, it's foundation. I think there's love behind the Pentacles because it's like setting these roots. It's like digging in. It's creating, you know, it's like connecting with the earth, the home, the womb. It's just a very solid card that I feel like all relationships are built on. So if this is your person in this energy, if this is them, they are, I honestly feel like, because I really do have to think about this for a second, it's like they see so much potential in you, and you guys as a couple, that it's almost like they don't want to overdo it. Like they have to stop themselves and be like, this is just the beginning. There's so much that's going to happen, but I can't just say I love you yet. Like I feel like you guys probably haven't been together that long. In fact, this feels like someone that you might have just this insane connection with. You might feel like, oh my God, the first date you went on or the first time you hung out, you felt like this was your person. That's just the energy I get off of the Ace of Pentacles. Like there's such a deep, like, this is the beginning. This is the start of everything. This is the person I start my whole world with. Like it's overwhelming. It's intense. But you can't just say, I love you on the first date. And I mean, maybe it's been 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever. Maybe it's been 8 months, but it's like, actually, I don't think it's been 8 months. I think it's been somewhere between like 0 to 2 months. But I think what I'm getting at is I don't think they've told you I love you because they know they have to wait. It's too soon. However they want to tell you. That's what I get. Yeah, I get that this person sees great, great potential with you. Like you could be, this is like the most exciting new beginning they've had in a while. Like there's so much on the horizon. There's so much that could be. There's so much opportunity with you guys as a couple. So yeah, okay. I want to see, like, in 3 cards, this is going to be just your person, again, like their energy, your guys' dynamic, a little bit about like, why haven't they actually told you that they loved you? Why haven't they said those words yet? And I'm going to say, I do think you guys are fairly new at this. So that right there makes sense to me, but still, like some people say, I love you on the first date. Some people say it, you know, a few days later, a week later. So let's just find out why your person hasn't actually said it yet. We have 6 of Wands. We have the High Priestess and 6 of Cups. Okay. Okay, so in these 3 cards, we see the energy of not wanting to rush in. I think your person is incredibly smitten with you. The High Priestess card to me is like, it's almost like they kind of worship you a little bit right now. You are just a beautiful mystery to them. They are intrigued by you. They like can't get enough of you. I think they see you as this like, almost like holy perfection, like this kind of like this goddess almost. The 6 is here, the 6 of Wands. This is like this looking up, this like recognition, this kind of like almost glorious energy, which again is, I do think they very much have you on a pedestal. And the 6 of Cups is like just that, oh, it's like such a card of just bliss, of like that almost like simple pleasures, childhood bliss, the thing that makes you truly happy. I am going to say this person wants every day to tell you they love you. They're not, because they know if they did, it's too soon. I really think they want to see where this goes with you for a minute. So I respect that they're not saying it because they feel they're absolutely crazy about you. But if they said it at this point, it would be, they would look unstable. Like it's too soon, because they already see you as someone who could be like the one, that it's just, and thank goodness they are pacing themselves, because it would be too much. It would be too much of a whirlwind. They would look like they were love bombing you, because I feel like already things are kind of functioning in this like almost too good to be true fashion. I don't think it is. That's not the energy, but it is intense. You guys are like hot and heavy. This person is all over you. They can't get enough of you. They think you're heaven. Like it's just, and they could see this amazing future with you. So yes, they are biting their tongue, and good for them. They're going to give this a little bit of time and space. If this is someone that you have been with, let's say longer than a couple months, then I would say all this is kind of playing out, but they're still being cautious because they know once they say this that things could just really escalate, or they could become very real, and that might terrify this person. They might, again, if you've been together longer than a couple months, say 8 months or something, this takes on more of like then they have to kind of grow up. Then they have to stand behind the fact that they said that and maybe deliver a little more, bring a little bit more to the table. I wouldn't say it has like a darker side to it, but it has a heavier side. There's just a little more weight to it. That's what I get if you guys have been together longer. But if not, and this is something fresh and new and exciting, then this person just knows like they are riding this wave with you. But I think they feel tremendous things for you. And this really could be something that goes somewhere if that's what you wanted. So I really, and you know, the thing is too, like to say that it's love because it is so early on, it probably is lust, and it could be love, but it does have that sense of like, okay, this is like the lusting stage, and it could absolutely turn into love. But I think they really want to wait until the timing feels more accurate that it would be love, and to say that. So I think that makes sense the way I said it, but still it's very exciting. It's very positive, but it's a little bit, it's not messy. It's just there's your person's, they're not chaotic, but they're like lustful. They're romantic. They're hot and heavy. They come in hot. They're a little bit of everything. They're a bit of a hot mess, and you're probably a bit of a hot mess. Like, I just feel like you guys have this very intense vibe together. And maybe you even shocked them. Like maybe the fact that they can see this future with you and like see you as kind of like the one, their person, their queen, whatever, like even that might scare the shit out of them. But there's a lot going on here, and it's intense and it's heavy and it's fun, and I love it. But and I hope it turns into an I love you if that's what you want. I just think that there's going to have to be some time for that. And I just feel like that would also scare the crap out of this person, because I don't think they throw that word around very often at all. They are, the more I read them, it's like there's someone who I think committing is kind of hard for them. I don't think they find themselves in many committed relationships. Like I think I think they kind of have the pick of the litter a lot, and they like pretty shiny things. They might be a little fast moving. I don't know. I don't want to project too much onto this person, but I like them, and they're fun, and they really, really like you, and they really can see things going somewhere. So I don't want to taint it in any way, but yeah, good for them for holding out a little bit, because I think this could be real, and they think so too, and they don't want to rush it. Okay, so I want to see kind of like, how is it that they tell you they love you without actually telling you? So what are some things they do? Like what's an energy they give off? Like how do you know that they really do feel this way, that they really do love you without telling you? Okay, Ten of Swords, which is generally a card you wouldn't wish to have pulled over, but in this context, I'm actually liking it. And Four of Swords. Okay. These sword cards are heavy, but the question was, how do they tell you they love you without saying they love you? I think they let you see a vulnerable side of them. I think they confide in you. I think they let you see the part of them that isn't like super shiny and perfect. I think they confide a lot in you, and they kind of, yeah, I think they let you see their underbelly a little bit. I do think you make them feel very calm, restful, at peace. Maybe they are anxious. Maybe they tend to rush into things or move things too fast, because that's kind of like their the way they cope, or how they, I don't know. There's this sense that this person could rush things, and they have rushed them in the past, but they're not with you, and they're taking time, and they're kind of like, they're doing and they're showing up in ways that does look and feel like love in like mature relationships. And I think that's like, you guys are communicating a lot. They're just taking their time with you, but I really do think you guys are like having these conversations that are very like you're opening up about things you wouldn't normally open up about. There's like, even for the amount of time you've been together, it's like, oh wow, I really know this person. Like, I can't believe they told me that, or I can't believe I told them that. And I just think there's this peace, this restfulness, like you feel very much at ease. You're not anxious, you're not stressed, and neither are they. There's just this kind of calm, like, you know, even like if they leave your house at like, I don't know, like 10 p.m. on a Friday, like you're not worried that they're going to go out like drinking and hook up with someone that night. You're just, there's this sense of like, okay, like this is, I just trust them. I trust that we're like vibing with each other, and that there's this honesty and this like openness between us. And like, I don't know, I feel like you guys are very, like spiritually, you guys are really clicking. There's like a very spiritual, and I'm sure the physical is off the charts for you guys, but like I get this very like mentally, you guys are really, really, you're feeling each other, and it's good and it's positive and things are really good for you guys. And the King of Pentacles, I do think you are making them think about like, this is the person I really want to be. This is how I want to show up in this dynamic. And I think it's a lot more intense and a lot heavier than they've ever shown up. And you know, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is like starting out, like wanting to start things, seeing this as like endless potential, wanting to like set roots with this person. But really, like, I think you can feel in this person, like the way they talk or the way they like, talk about your future or what could be. There's this like, and I would want to do this. Like, I could see us here. If I was in a serious relationship, I'd want it to look like this. I'd want to be this kind of person. I'd want to provide. I'd want a family. Like, it's kind of like, those talks of like, what kind of a parent would they be if they had kids? How would they want to show up for their partner? How would they want, you know, like what kind of job would they want so they could provide? It's just this like very like open, raw communication. And I think this is your guys' vibe right now. So although it's like hot and heavy and I think very fast moving and intense, like really you guys, this is how they're showing and telling you they love you without actually saying it. You get this part, and you're doing this in return. And the fact that you're doing this in return, I don't think they get this from a lot of people either. I don't think this is generally like how they function in a relationship. They don't, you know, sit down on the couch and talk about like all the sad things that have happened in their life and vice versa. But with you guys do kind of do this or whatever. There's just a sense of like, there's another layer here that I don't think you experience very much in a dynamic, especially this early in, and I don't think they do either. So just know if this tracks or if this feels like it's working, or if it feels like it's connecting for you, I do think if you guys remain together and continue to communicate and really just show up for each other and see this, like, don't rush in too much, I definitely think that you're going to get the I love you if that's what you want. But I do think this person needs to know that there's like this stability, like this is really going somewhere. But it absolutely looks like it has legs, and it absolutely feels like it functions very differently than their other relationships and your other relationships. So these are all signs that they love you. They're just not saying it. And you know what? I don't think it's the right time for some reason. I feel like the fact that they are waiting and they're not overdoing it is really cool and special and unique, and something that is to be like applauded, I guess. I don't know. It just feels like it's just a positive thing for me. Like it shows growth and maturity and restraint from them. And I like that. Because I think this is someone who goes after what they want and gets what they want, and is like, this is someone who likes quick, instant gratification, I feel like, and they're not doing that with you. They're taking the slow road. They're investing time. They're investing bits of themselves, which I think is different for them. So this is them. This is how they're telling you they love you without actually telling you they love you. So I hope this tracks. I hope you like this. Please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever feels good. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I hope to see you again. Thank you. Goodbye. Tarot, thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. This is a fun reading. It is entitled Tell Me You Love Me Without Actually Telling Me You Love Me. So this is someone that you love or feel like you could love. You feel like they love you, but you guys haven't actually said it yet. And this is how they show you and tell you they love you without actually saying it. So this was the card that was right here. So this to me is your person's energy. This is your dynamic. This kind of embodies why they haven't told you they love you, but like this backs up the fact that they do. This is just kind of them in a card, and I'll explain it when I get it. Okay, so 8 of Swords, restriction. and this isn't bad. There's actually like really no bad cards in this whole reading. But it does carry like a little more of a weight. There's this sense of being, if I say there's a sense of being like trapped or restricted, it doesn't mean you make them feel that way. It means there's something in their like past or their experiences that like they're just not, something's holding them back. Something's holding them from saying this. It doesn't mean they won't. It doesn't mean they don't want to. It's just there's this like, it could be like an actual, I don't know, I don't want to say physical thing, but like they're just not ready to open up yet. There's something holding them back. And it could be an insecurity. It could be like a fear that you won't return the feeling. Maybe they've been burned really bad before. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's too soon, but there's a fear there. They are restricting themselves. Like they're actively restricting themselves from saying this. So, yeah, let me see like your person, why, again, like more cards, 3 cards as to like why they might not be saying this, like what's going on, why they haven't actually told you they love you, but also this is like them. I guess I just want you to know it's all positive. But yeah, let's see what's going on. Who are they right now? So we've got 9 of Cups, Judgment, and King of Wands, or Swords, pardon me. I will say this person's very, very much in their head. The 9 of Cups tells me that they absolutely want you. They know they want you. You are kind of like, I don't want to say you're their wish, but like this, they feel very fortunate to have you. There's definitely this sense of like, they love where they are with you, but they are very hard on themselves. They're in their head. They're thinking all the time. They might be slightly anxious. They're either terrified of, I don't think they're terrified that you're not going to like them in return, because I don't think they're like insecure or weak or like fragile by any means. In fact, I think they're pretty powerful. I think they're pretty like strong. I think they're very smart. I just think I don't know. It's almost like maybe they have been through something. Maybe they've like been through, I don't know, like a divorce or something that's like, they really got hurt. They really got burned. I just feel like there's this leftover trauma, and I think they're totally over this stage of their life or this person, but there's some reason why they really, there's almost like a fear of moving too quickly or saying I love you and having like everything change as a result of that, or overthinking it, or like, I don't know, there's just there's something here they're stressed about, and I truly can't get it. Sometimes I get a feeling, I don't know what the cause of the stress is or why they do feel so kind of like boxed up about this, but I will say this, they do, if you really want this person to feel strongly about you, if you want to know that they do love you, they really, really like, they think the world of you. You are the person I think that they want. And they can absolutely see themselves with you. They absolutely feel like they love you. They just have too many like there's too many things externally that are affecting this right now. And I think that's it. Like too many things that are causing them to like overanalyze. It's just, there needs to be a quiet. Like this makes me think of like if you guys took a vacation together or you got out of town together, you could get them to say, I love you, or they would just want to say it. But something in their like personal life, it's just, there's a bit of a chaos, or there's like a trauma, there's something that's making them overthink, and it is causing a lot of like, I don't know, it's bringing up a lot for them, and they just need to get out of their head. They need to reset, they need to meditate, they need to do yoga, they need to do something to like get out of their heads and just jump into it with you, because they really, really, really feel a way for you. So, and that's a stupid thing for me to say. They really feel very strongly for you. They really, really like you. In fact, I think you're kind of like, they could even see you as the one, but I mean, this is someone who's not going to rush into things. They are not going to, they don't jump into things. Like they think things through. They do things when it feels good and when it makes sense on paper. Like everything has to be kind of perfect. And that's why I do see this person as being, I don't see them as being this like anxious, insecure person. I see them as being like very strong, very smart, very like methodical, like they're analyzing data. They're just analytical. They are very smart, and nothing gets past them. So, and I also feel like this person might not be very good at like showing you like either they're tight with their words, or maybe they're not like overly affectionate. You know, you can feel that this person really likes you, but they haven't said it. And maybe there are times where you're like, I know they like me. I know they could love me. I know they're falling for me. I just can't, like, I just wish they showed it a little better. That's the vibe I'm getting from this person. And I do think this has to do with like past experiences for them, a weight, a trauma. There's something on their shoulders, on their mind that they're dealing with. But I really think they're gearing up to open up this space for you. Like they need to find the room for you, like in their heart, I guess, or their mind. But they're working on this. They really, really are. So this is definitely the heaviest of the piles. And it kind of took me a minute to like find exactly how I feel about this, but that is how I feel about this person. It is, yeah, they're just fighting their own little battle, but I don't think this is like crazy. I don't think it's something like, oh, watch out for this person, or, oh, this is going to take 10 years. I just think they need to feel like relaxed and secure and safe. And it's not necessarily anything you need to do. It's just, they are going to figure out the right formula for how this is going to work. But, I can actually see it happening kind of soon. I don't think we're looking at like a crazy long time. It's just, there's going to be a perfect balance of like everything lines up. You're just relaxed enough. You're not tired enough. You haven't drank too much, but maybe you've had like one glass of wine. Like everything is going to like align perfectly. The stars are going to align, and then they're going to be like, whew, okay, we're in this. Like, I love you and whatever. So, okay. I'm going to do 3 cards. This is how they actually tell you or show you they love you without saying it. So this is 3 cards to speak to like, okay, if they're doing this, this is them saying I love you. Just know that. So 3 of cards, friendship. That's the word on the card. Temperance, and 4 of swords. Okay. This is big because this speaks to your person in a way that makes sense to me. They show you they love you. They tell you without actually saying it. For one, when they are relaxed around you, when you can feel them relax, when you can feel them like unwind, when they sleep like very well next to you, when they have a night full of like vivid dreams when they're lying next to you or whatever, like they go into REM, like whatever it is, like when they're super relaxed, this is how you know that they really do love you. Like they're feeling you like that. Maybe they say like, oh my God, I slept so good last night, or I haven't slept that well. Whether you're with them or not, it's just this like, your energy is like, it's radiating into them. It's your vibe. It's rubbing off on them. Like you're calming them down. Your presence, whatever it is, like you are a calming entity for them. And this is really, really powerful. So whenever they allude to that, I think that's definitely them. That's how they're like saying they love you. 3 of Cups, friendship. This to me is like when you guys are just having a meal together, having a glass of wine together, having good conversation, that kind of trusting, loving dynamic, when they're just open and fun, when you're just having a good time together that's like relaxed, like not necessarily like, oh, when you guys are having deep, heavy conversations, because honestly, I feel like they have deep, heavy conversations like a lot with work or coworkers or family members or whatever. Like they just seem like they're always in deep and heavy conversation with someone at some point. But like with you, it's like when they just like kick back and you have those conversations that are good and they go somewhere, but they're not like that heavy intensity where you're like, oh my God, that was so fun. And I got to know so much about you, but it was like fun. And it speaks to the 3 of Cups a little bit, but like the energy I'm getting off of it is like, or if you guys like, I mean, it's stupid, but like if you guys go and play miniature golf, you know, like it's dumb and it's silly, but it's really actually a lot of fun. Like those kind of interactions, like that's them like kicking back and enjoying themselves and doing something like, even if it's a little silly, it's different than I think how they function on the day to day. Like almost like when you guys do things where they can turn their brain down a little bit, this is their way of saying I love you. And I think it's also a way of them putting their guard down and being like a little vulnerable in a way. That vulnerability of like, I'm just going to let you, I don't know, figure this one out, or like, yeah, they're just shutting their brains down a little bit, which I think is huge for them, and it calms them and it relaxes them. And if they're doing this with you, this is how they say, I love you. And finally, like the Temperance, this is more of like a balance, a harmony. It's like, they let you infuse on them. They take you in. If you're super chill, then they just instantly chill when they're around you. If you're like, you know, a vegetarian, then, you know, they won't eat meat when they're with you. Like, they're just going to kind of like, I don't know, like soak into you. There's this sense of like, I just feel like when they're with you, they're telling you they love you by this sense of calm, this peace, this chill, this laid back. And they feel more balanced. They don't feel so chaotic. They don't feel so in their head. Like, I feel like it's easy for them to like talk to you about things that are stressful. And I don't know, I think they have like a big job and things are heavy for them. I think they have a lot going on. So those kind of conversations can be easy to be like, oh my God, and this was so hectic, and then this person, whatever. But when they're like, oh yeah, I would love a house that's like in the countryside, and then I want it to have like those kind of conversations, I don't think they're having those kind of conversations with a lot of people, and this is how they tell you they love you. And even though down here, I feel like the things I said it doesn't feel like they have a lot of depth, they do, because this is them. Again, this is them like softening to you and quieting and slowing themselves down and like letting you kind of, I don't know, they're just kind of like merging into you. I don't know. I feel like they just kind of, it's like this sense that they really kind of like absorb you a little bit, and they become like, you rub off on them. They let you rub off on them. I guess that's truly the word I was trying to, or the phrase I was trying to feel. That's how they tell you and show you they love you without actually saying it. They let you rub off on them. So whatever that is, they could be going to yoga with you. They could take up the hobby you like, and this could be something that really means a lot to you. Like maybe you guys are, I don't know, bike riding together and they didn't bike ride before or whatever. It's something like you're infusing into them and making an impression on them, and they're like taking it in. They're taking following your cues, and they're just absorbing you. I don't know how else to say it. It sounds weird, but that's how they tell you they love you without actually telling you they love you. And do I think they're going to tell you? Yes, I definitely do. But your person, more than any of the other piles, they're complex. There's a complexity here. There's clever almost sounds negative. I don't think of them negatively at all, but this person does what they want in their own time when they want to do it. Like this person's a boss. They're a boss. And, yeah, that's all I can say for this person. I love them and I'm terrified of them at the same time. Like, but you aren't afraid to say something stupid in front of this person. You aren't afraid to show them like this kind of, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of opposites between you guys. I feel like there's a lot of an opposites attract. Like you guys are kind of in a very lovely way, like the antithesis of the other. Like, I feel like there's a lot of polarity between you two. And the fact that they embrace that and they lean into it is very, very cool. And I really, I see you making an impression on them and like quite literally like rubbing off on them. So I hope this tracks. I could repeat what I said 10 different ways, but I'm going to stop it here. But I really hope this means something, and that this is a way of you seeing that this is how they tell you they love you without actually telling you they love you. Okay, if you want to comment, subscribe, like, it would mean everything. Thank you so much. Goodbye.